Hey guys, what is up? It is Dalton here.
And I'm Tyler.
And welcome to Video Game Finds number 81. Now this time, we've got all of the stuff that we got from our last trip to the Mile High Flea Market this year. We usually do it like 3 or 4 times a year, and this was our last trip to make, so it turned out pretty nice. There was some pretty good stuff that we found. It was definitely a smaller pickup load, but definitely still really cool stuff in here. And one quick announcement before we get started into it. You guys have noticed, if you've been watching them, the video game collection videos have been posted on the channel. They've been kind of taking a long time to upload, so that's why they're taking a little bit longer. And then this video is, actually video gaming number 98, and it's going to be posted, after some of the other ones. So it's kind of like a mismatch, and it's kind of, out of order and stuff. But as long as you guys get to see exactly, what we're showing and everything, it really doesn't matter what order they're in. As long as you guys get to see it and, enjoy it, that's all that really matters. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into this stuff. And by the way, if we sound kind of, groggy and, kind of stressed a little bit, it's because school starts tomorrow, and it's, it's just, it's a it's a nerve-wracking time because, you have the whole summer break to enjoy yourself, and then, school hits you like a brick wall, so it's just like, it just happens. But anyways, let's go ahead and make the good of it and show off the cool stuff here. So anyways, all this stuff came from last weekend. We didn't show it last weekend because I don't want to show too much stuff and make it, too long of a video, so I kind of try to space out the stuff. And we've got enough stuff right now, guys, to make like another 3 videos. So that's how much stuff we have. So we're not going to show it all in one video, it just takes too long. So anyways, all the stuff you're going to see here in this one is all the Mile High Flea Market stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. So anyways, all this stuff, like I said, was found, a week ago. And I can still remember how we found it, in what order, and then how much it was, and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. And Tyler will go ahead and start with the first item here. This was our first stall that we stopped at, and it was our first find.
Alright, so we got one PS2 game here, and that is Red Dead Revolver. It is in very nice shape.
Yeah, it looks really clean.
That is complete. It looks pretty fun. I've never played this one. I played Red Dead Redemption. That one was really good. So,
yeah.
Also, a pretty good one to find, too. So.
Yeah, that was a good one to see, and he had a bunch of like DVDs and stuff. It was just kind of stacked in there with those. He was asking $3 each, and we asked him if he'd take $2 for one, and he's like, sure. So, it was really cool. We have that Black Label already, so that will be a definite one to try out sometime. I know I loved Red Dead Redemption, so did Tyler, so that one would be a really cool one to try out. That's, the one that started it, so very cool. Alright, and then the next stop we made, this was pretty cool. Tyler can kind of explain what happened here. It's kind of funny, but, it's still a pretty cool outcome.
Alright, so the first one here, I'll just go show. This is one GameCube game, and that is Star Wars Rebel Strikes Rogue Squadron 3. Didn't have this one yet, so that's good to have.
We have a disc only of it, but, it's just a disc only, so if we can just complete it all at once, it's a better thing to do. I'll take the better of the 2 discs, of course, and then sell off the disc only.
The only thing missing out of this one is just a precaution manual, but we have plenty of those.
Yeah, so. We have like a full stack. There's probably like 50 precautions manuals that I've gotten over time, so that's, perfectly fine. Just put one of those in there.
Alright, so now here's a quick story. When we got there, we were looking at their games, and we're like, wow, look, there were some really good games, but unfortunately, almost other than this GameCube game, every other game was not having the right disc matching the case.
Right.
So every single game was not actually in there. So it was like a different game.
Right, it was funny. We even saw some GameCube cases that had original Xbox discs shoved inside the case. I don't even know how they did it, but they shoved an Xbox game inside the GameCube case, and it just like, it's completely, off and everything. There was even like a Mr. Mosquito PS2 case, but it had like, I don't even know what it had inside of it. It had like a, it wasn't, exciting of a title, that's why we didn't buy it, but it was unfortunate that the actual game wasn't in there, but it was not that bad, I guess. We got a couple games here that are, worth picking up for the disc inside at least.
Yeah, so we got 2 games here. The first one is, it's the Getting Up case. This one is missing the manual, but it had Star Wars Battlefront 2 inside, so.
And which is cool. I mean, it's still a good game, so if anything, I just hold on to the case or whatever, and then, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 inside, that was an awesome find, so at least it was, a worthy game to get.
And then we got the test drive case, what was inside. was The Warriors for Xbox, which is not a very easy game to come across, so that was really cool to see that in there.
Right.
I just went through and checked every single case because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I just happened to find that in there, so...
I mean, yeah, they were all completely, you know, switched around. I mean, we never found the actual games that were supposed to go in those cases. We thought maybe, you know, if we could, you know, put them back around and stuff. But there was games that weren't even, like, existent, like, case-wise, and they were just discs laying inside empty cases and stuff. It was really weird, but we still came out with a couple of good games and stuff. So $15 for those 3, not a bad deal at all. So very cool. All right, then our next stop here, this was a few stalls down. This was a really cool thing to find. I was expecting, you know, them to not be wanting to sell this because they had all their jewelry and stuff that they were selling inside this container, which was, you know, I asked them anyway just to see if they would sell it, and they did, which was awesome. I was really, really excited to see this. Definitely an awesome piece for sure. They only wanted $1 for it, which was awesome. But that is a original Super Mario Brothers Aladdin lunchbox here, which is very, very cool. It's a little faded, or not faded, but like scratched up and stuff. But some of the sticker was starting to peel up. I glued some of it back down, so it looks a little better. But this is very, very cool. It's just a plastic lunchbox, but it's from back in the day, which is really, really cool. Aladdin always made all these, you know, unique, you know, licensed products for different companies on their lunchboxes and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. The only thing it's missing is the actual, you know, thermos. There's supposed to be a thermos that goes in here, but it's still in really, really nice shape. And for $1, I'm not going to complain. That's an awesome decorative piece for sure. Definitely hanging on to it. Yeah, it was patented in 1988 by Nintendo of America. So very, very cool. This is a definite vintage item, and I love it. It's just, you know, for its age, it's holding up pretty well. So for $1, I'm not going to complain at all. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers lunchbox. I think it's supposed to be taking off Mario 2, is what it looks like mainly, but very, very cool piece. Alright, then is it my turn again, or you got something over there?
I think that's my next piece.
Is it? I think this one comes next, and then, yeah, we got a couple things I'll show, and then it's your turn. Alright, next stall here. This was a little whiles up yet. There was, you know, a couple rows over. The flea market's got, like, rows, and this was a couple of rows over. And we hadn't found anything for like 15-20 minutes, I'd say. And I came across this one guy's stall. He didn't have anything that looked like video game related. And I saw this sticking at the end of the table. And I was like, Tyler, come here, let's check this out. And I picked this up and he's like, oh yeah, I got that. I got $3 on that. And I thought that was an amazing deal. And that is the Platinum Silver GameCube controller, which is in very, very nice shape. This thing was probably played with, you know, maybe 5 hours or less. It looks really new. I mean, it's really nice. It's crispy shape. I mean, like, it feels like a brand new controller, like you just took it out of the package. I mean, I was not expecting to find this nice of a controller down there ever. And this thing was, you know, just out in plain sight. You know, no one had picked it up yet. And for $3, I'm not going to complain, especially how crispy this controller is. So very, very cool. Definitely an awesome find. I'm going to keep this one. I'll probably switch out one of my other Platinum Silver ones that are a little more beat up and, you know, worn. But this was an awesome controller to find for $3. I was not, you know, dissatisfied at all. So very cool. All right. Then the next stall. This was about maybe 15-20 minutes after the GameCube controller. Another couple of rows over. This one guy had a bin that was, you know, kind of like one of those, you know, orange crates or whatever. It was filled with a bunch of Xbox and PS2 games. But what was, you know, on the surface, there was just a bunch of sports games like Madden and Tiger Woods and stuff like that. Just, you know, the generic titles that no one really worries about. And there was, you know, no one around us. There was no one really digging for games or anything. So, you know, I was like, you know what, maybe there's some stuff in here. So I kept digging through. You know, there was just Madden after Madden, NFL 2K after NFL 2K, you know, all that kind of stuff. There was all kinds of different sports games, nothing really spectacular. But I got to the bottom of the last stack of games I grabbed out, and there was 2 games that we found in there. That was awesome. He was asking $3 a piece on his games, but we got him to do 2 for $5, which was an awesome deal. So first one here is a Greatest Hits copy of NBA Street Volume 2, which is in crispy brand new shape. That is complete. Very, very nice shape. The disc looks almost brand new. This was an X rental from, what was it, Blockbuster. But then they sold it off, and they had, you know, very little use on it. So it had a couple of the stickers and stuff on it, but I took that off. But very, very nice shape. I thought that was awesome. And the other one, I do not have yet, and I thought this was an awesome find for sure. And that is the first Star Wars Battlefront, which is an awesome game. I remember Tyler telling me about how much fun you'd play it with our friend Cameron and stuff, and I'd definitely love to try them out. I know I played a little bit of the second one, which is cool, but I would love to play these. These look like a really fun, style game, and that one is 100% complete as well. This disc is a little bit scratched, not too bad, it's playable, very fine. But if you guys saw the last pickups video, we got one of the PS2s from Goodwill, and it had a Battlefront disc in there, and that disc was almost perfect. So I'll probably put that one in this case and sell off the disc that's in here as a disc only. So, but anyways, really really cool, complete copy of Star Wars Battlefront Black Label. Very awesome deal for $250 or $5 for the two, whichever way you look at it. An awesome deal. Could not complain whatsoever. All right, so now. When we were coming out of there, by the way, there was this one guy I think that was looking for games as well, and he's like, "Don't go down that way. There's nothing. It's completely dead. There's no one even set up yet." But of course, me and Tyler don't take that kind of advice. Either he's just trying to hide it from himself or something, or he was just upset because he was specifically looking for something and he never found it. So he's just trying to, I don't know if he's trying to be nice or mean or what. I don't know what his intentions were, but I didn't listen to him whatsoever. We still did our rounds like we normally do, and I'm glad we still did what we did because Tyler pointed this next piece out, and I thought it was an awesome find, and I'm definitely glad to have one for the collection.
So we got a DS Lite here. I'm not too sure.
I don't know if it's like I think it's like crimson red or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's a very, very cool color. I love that color. Very nice screens, very nice condition all around. The top is not even scratched really. I mean, it has like one small nick or something there, but not bad at all.
And that came with the charger, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have the chargers. The only thing it was missing was the stylus, but you can find those pretty much anywhere, so it's not that big a deal.
And it had one game inside, which is a really good game to have, and that is New Super Mario Bros.
Which is really, really cool. That is definitely an awesome game to have inside the console. And it also has the Game Boy Advance cover, the dust cover for the cartridges. So those are hard to find too. A lot of people would lose those. But $25 for that, with the game inside and everything, the charger, an amazing deal. That was an awesome find for sure. That's my first DS Lite. I definitely would love to, get all of the, Game Boy style consoles that, Nintendo released, like the DSi and the 3DS, all that stuff. So I'm slowly working my way there, but that was an awesome find for sure. Definitely not going to complain about that. That was cool. Alright, now, I think this was now going into our second round of the flea market. We only did 2 rounds fully this time. We didn't do a third round or anything. We were kind of getting tired and everything. We just kind of figured, there's probably anything really new. We can just tell by, how slow we were picking things up, how well the stuff was going to be, coming out and stuff. So we knew it was about time to kind of slow it down and, get ready to pack up. So we did one more round, but we did find some more stuff that wasn't out the first time, so this is cool. Alright, so first guy that we went to, he wasn't fully set up the first round, but he was the second round. It was one of those guys that was an actual true swap meet where there was just boxes upon boxes in rows, and you just have to dig the stuff out and then he prizes it when you show it to him. We found 2 controllers here, which I thought was really cool. He wanted $8 for the 2, which is not a bad deal. We have an original Xbox controller. This is the smaller one, not the Duke. And then we have an emerald green PS1 controller. Unfortunately for this, it does not fully work. I'm not sure why. It's got, the only problem is the X button stays stuck down. Not physically, but on the actual motherboard, it's recognized as constant pushing the X button. I'm not sure if it's, just a bad motherboard or if there's something that's in the way that's pushing it down. I don't know if I want to risk taking this apart just because I've done that before in the past and I've completely ruined a controller doing that. And it's not like it's, I do feel bad doing that, but when you're trying to learn something, sometimes, it just takes time and patience to learn something, and sometimes you have to, fully break something in order to fix another one. But I'm not sure yet. I'll think of something to do with it. I'm not sure if I want to take it apart yet or not, but for now, at least, it's a really nice looking controller. But, I mean, $4 each, I can't say it was that bad of a deal. So, but anyways, at least the Xbox controller actually had a breakaway on it, which is really nice. Usually those are missing, so I wouldn't have picked it up if it was missing the breakaway. So that was a really good find. So very cool. Alright, and then we were walking by one of the stalls that's always there every single time. They have a huge setup of just a bunch of toys and action figures and stuffed animals, stuff like that, Legos, everything. It's just a complete toy section, and it's a really cool place. And Tyler spotted this from the actual, we weren't near the toys section area at all, and he spotted this. It was standing up, and I'm glad he pointed it out, and it was a really good deal. It was really cool to see.
We got a Mario here.
Really cool action figure.
It's in pretty nice shape. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'll just let you talk first, and I'll explain.
Okay. This one is from 2009, so not too old, but not really new either. It has like a weird I've never felt like this texture before.
It's kind of like a solid plastic, kind of, but it's got like a little bit of a hollow center, and he's kind of like an action figure, but not really to the extent of where everything. His legs don't move or anything, so he's not like a fully functioning action figure. It's more of just like a prop toy than anything. But I'm not sure what it's from. I don't know if it was from a set or if it was just actually individually sold at like Target or Walmart or something. But I definitely think that was an awesome little piece, and it was only $1. So very, very cool. You don't see little action figures like that a whole lot. That's our first action figure that's of that size. We do have some that we got from GameStop a few years back that are a little bit smaller than that. But very, very cool. That was an awesome little piece to find for the collection, so that's cool. Alright, then our next stop here, we went to a guy that had a bunch of games and DVDs stacked up, which was really cool. He said all games were $2 each, which is not a bad deal at all. But then we showed him these two, and he said, we asked him if he'd take 3 for the 2, and he was willing to do it, so that was really cool. What we have here is a copy of Grand Theft Auto 3. Very, very nice shape, very cool. That one is almost complete. It's missing the poster map, but that's okay. It's a really nice disc and everything, so that's really cool. So there's that one. And then we have a copy of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which is really nice. This one, I do believe, is 100%. It is. It's got the poster and the actual manual and everything in there, and the disc is really nice shape as well. So for $3 for the 2 of those, that's not a bad deal at all. Definitely an awesome little score there. Grand Theft Autos are, really playable. They're really sellable. Everyone knows what it is. So when I sell PS2s and stuff, that's why I try to pick those up. They're very nice to, bundle up with stuff, and people love that kind of stuff. So that's why I like trying to get those, because people like Grand Theft Auto. I love Grand Theft Auto. So it's just a really recognizable game for the console. So very cool. All right, and then next stop here, we went to a guy that had just a bunch of random stuff on. He laid out like tarps and stuff, and he just had his stuff laying on these tarps. And there was a bunch of cords and stuff, but it was still really cool. I found this one piece in there. Again, another misfortune here. It's non-functioning, but it's an emerald green PS2 controller. And again, this one does not work at all. It will not even function. So this one's in worse shape than the PS1 controller. But it's in very nice shape. The thumbsticks and everything are beautiful. The controller looks really nice as well. I just have no clue as to why this does not work. I can't explain why some PS2 controllers look brand new and they don't work, and then some look completely beat up and they work fine. I've never come across to get a full answer for that. So, but this one was only $3, so not a whole lot wasted. But if I have to, I can use some parts from it or whatever. So, not a terrible deal. Alright, and then next piece here, we went a few more spaces down, and this one lady had some movies and stuff out, and there was like 2 PS2 games in there, and this was the only one that I was really interested in, and it was really cool to find another one, and that is Star Wars Battlefront once again. Another Black Label copy. This one, unfortunately, is missing the manual, but the disc looks pretty nice, so that's very cool. This was only $5, which is not bad. It's a little bit pushing it for a game without the manual and stuff, but since it's Battlefront, it's a very popular game and it's a cool title, so definitely an awesome game to find for $5. I know I have a complete one, but another one doesn't hurt. So very cool. That'll definitely I'll compare conditions, keep the best one out of them, and sell off the rest of them and whatnot. So, but anyways, very, very cool. All right, and then I think it's your turn to do that now, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah,
I think that's the next piece.
Okay, here we go. So first off, here we got a Wii in the box.
Very, very cool. It's just the basic Wii setup, which is awesome.
So there's that. And unfortunately, it only came with the second tray.
Yeah, it didn't have both trays in it. It only had the first tray, or the second tray. It was missing the top layer tray, which is weird. I don't know why you only have the first, or the second tray, but not the first to keep all the stuff in it.
Then we got a bunch of manuals here, which I've never actually seen.
I've never seen it this way. They've separated each language in a separate manual. I've never seen it released this way. But they have the same manual 3 times, but it's in 3 different languages. I've never seen that, and I was wondering, maybe it's just a later and earlier release of the Wii. I'm not sure. But it was really cool to see it at least had all the manuals and stuff in there.
Alright, here, now we got the power and AV cords.
Yep, so it came with the cords, which is good.
We got the sensor bar.
That's a harder to find. It's a black one, too. I've never seen a black sensor bar, I don't think. So I thought that was a little unique. I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know if that's a later release or what, but I've never seen a full black, sensor bar. They're usually silver.
And then we got a nunchuck. Unfortunately, it does not have an actual Wii remote.
Yeah, there was no Wiimote in there, which was really weird, but I definitely thought it was still cool to find. And then there was the last piece here, which is...
And then we got the Wii unit.
Yep, the actual console, which is really, really cool. Alright, and unfortunately, though, this is the sad part. We tested it, and it does not work. I'm not sure what is wrong with it. It's a bad laser, of course, but I don't see why it would be. I mean, this had only like 3 Mii characters on it. It looks like it had only like 10 hours of play on it. I don't know if it's an internal piece or if it's, external, damage. And we didn't see any external damage, so I'm not entirely sure why it does not work. But we do have a separate clip that we want to show you guys. If you have not seen the last video, we're going to cut away real quick. You guys are going to go ahead and see this special bonus footage that we usually like to try and do now. Where if we get a console that you can't manual open, we're going to power it on and see if there's a bonus game inside. And it's really cool because sometimes there's an awesome surprise, and that was the case with this Wii. So it's a very cool piece, little clip. So you guys get to go ahead and see that. So we'll go ahead and cut away to that right now. Alright guys, so here is the Nintendo Wii from down at the flea market. So we're going to go ahead and see if there's a game inside. So let's see if it powers on. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in real quick. Alright, so it lights up. That's a good start. So we'll go ahead and see if there is a game inside. And there is, which is awesome. It is a copy of Wii Sports. Very, very nice to see that in there. Very, very cool. These are, pretty common game, but I mean, it's a really sellable game and it's a really fun game. So, definitely very nice to see that in there. Very nice shape, I can say that. There's, some fingerprints and stuff on it, but not bad at all. That's definitely really cool. So, very, very cool to see that inside the Wii here. So, very, very cool. Definitely an awesome little bonus surprise there. So, very cool. Alright guys, so now that you've seen that, you know what the game is now, so we'll go ahead and show that.
And that is Wii Sports. There you go.
Which is really cool. It's a very nice looking disc too. I mean, the disc looks immaculate. So that's why, maybe the disc sat in there too long and it messed up the laser or something, it jiggled around. I'm not positive, but it does suck because, it's a really nice looking Wii, but $15 though, guys, was, not a bad deal for a almost complete in the box Wii. That's a really cool deal. I was not complaining. And Tyler spotted it. I didn't even see it. I walked right by it, and it was just kind of laying on the, the pavement. And I just didn't see it, and I don't know why. I wasn't paying attention to it. And I'm glad that's why he comes with all the time, because he sees stuff I don't, and I see stuff he doesn't. And we're always there to catch each other's backs in case we miss something. So at least he spotted that. I mean, it's cool to at least have the box and all the peripherals and stuff. So that's worth it alone for $15. So not a bad deal at all. Very cool. All right, second to last stop here. Very, very cool. This one lady would not budge on her prices. I asked if she would take 8 for these 2 items. She wouldn't, which is okay. Still $10 for the 2. It's not a bad deal. I thought it was a good deal. There's one game in here I did not have. It's hardly ever, findable. You don't see it all the time. But it's really, really cool. And there's one controller here. So I'll go ahead and show the controller first. We have the satin silver PS2 controller here. In pretty nice shape. It's a little scuffed up in some spots, but not bad at all. $5. I cannot complain. That was definitely an awesome controller to find, and it's, fully functional, which is cool. Definitely an awesome one to find, so there's that. Then we've got one PS2 game here. It's a little water damaged, but it's not too bad. It's one I don't have. but it's really cool, and that is Saturday Night Speedway. And this one is a lot like NASCAR Dirt to Daytona, which is really, really cool. And that one is complete, by the way. It even has the Atari stickers in there, which is cool. A lot of people used to take those and stick those on their console. But the only thing wrong with it is it's got a little bit of water damage, like I said, and then it's a little bit of sun faded on the side there. So it had been sitting out for a little while, but still not too bad. I mean, the disc looks amazing. So very, very cool to add another game to the PS2 collection. So very cool. Alright, and then the very last find of the day, this is where we found the red DS Lite. We came back to the guy's stall a second time, and he had games out that he did not have out before. And this was a really cool one to find once again, and that is Star Wars Battlefront Platinum Hits for the original Xbox, which is really, really funny. I had never seen, you never see Battlefront at all, or at least we haven't. We have never come across it at all. It is complete, very nice shape. We have never come across the first Battlefront, and then all of a sudden we found 3 in one day, which is incredible. That PS2 that we got from Goodwill, with the disc of it inside, that came from the same day as well. We stopped by Goodwill on our way home from the flea market, and so in retrospect, we found 4 Star Wars Battlefront 1s in a single day, which is incredible because we never see it at all, and then all of a sudden it happens, all at once. But anyways, this copy was only $4. And it does have a little more value on Xbox, which is, pretty cool. But maybe it's just the, graphical changes. I'm sure it probably is, because Xbox has a little bit better rendering, space and everything than the PS2 does. But very, very nice shape. It's got one little scratch on the back plastic, but not bad. Very nice disc and everything, and it's just awesome to find 4 copies of that in a single day. So very cool. Alright, so that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends. Really helps us out. Really love seeing you guys coming back every single time. We love sharing this new cool stuff with you guys every time. It's just an awesome thrill. Anyways, it's we're starting to get into school now, guys. It starts tomorrow, but we'll hopefully try to still find stuff. We'll still go out and try to find stuff on the weekends, just because that's what we love to do, and we love sharing it with you guys. So, anyways, thanks a lot, guys. Excuse me. I've been talking for a long time. Thanks a lot, guys. Happy gaming as always. Go out there. There's still garage sales going. It's a little bit ending the season, around here at least anyway, but it's still doable to get games and stuff. So anyways, happy gaming, guys, again, and we'll see you next time. See you later, guys.
Bye, guys.